Hi, this is Ammanuel Santa Anna from LuminousProsperitycom. Today we're going to talk about something near and dear to my heart. It's all about manifesting what you already are. I mean, so frequently we chase things, and sometimes we chase the right thing for the wrong reason. One example is a luxury car, right? So it's a lot of people, that's the first thing they think, other than the lottery, is a luxury car, right? Never mind, you have to maintain a luxury car. But they want that, and and people don't know it, but they want it because it conveys a certain status, right? Well, in our we don't say no luxury cars. I mean, we're not boring. We have a lot of fun. But it's just like, let's shift that a little bit. Why do you really want that car? And that's the gist of transformative law of attraction. Why do you really want that car? Well, I mean, your soul, right? That's what we're getting to, wants freedom, wants quiet inside, wants a nice ride, you know? And when we align with those impetuses for manifesting, we're no longer competing in the egoic game, and we're moving our manifestation to a more genuine, holistic place, and that's where and the results are much, much different. Like, rather than crashing the car in 3 months, you're going to enjoy the car. And we use this manifestation process. What do you want? What do you want's probably good, but we use it as a way of returning to the self, rather than just being diffuse and focus on everything outside of us. We return to the self with all that we do. So that's the entire crux of the sort of internal form. Now, the reason why it works is because your insides are already filled, right? So your inner divinity wants to express itself through a smooth ride, a comfortable ride, a nice ride, one that resembles its own beauty and elegance and all that stuff. Now, the ego's like, I want to have a better car than everyone else. It's like, no, 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 no. But don't you see, the fundamental vibe from which we manifest determines the experience that we receive from the outside, the quality of experience, or the texture of time, as I refer to it as. And that's why we do the change. Not because the ego's wrong. The ego is the ego. It's doing its thing, and it has a purpose and all that. But we do it because it works. We manifest from a deeper place because that's what works, and that's what's gonna get you the long-term enjoyment and the long-term things. And a lot of people are like, don't manifest a car, we'll just walk around barefoot. And it's like, no, spiritual seekers, now they're wrong on the extreme, because they saw the ego working, so they ran away from the ego. And it's like, no, there's a middle ground. There's a middle ground. We don't have to have nothing. We don't have to be broke. We can have whatever we want, but we're coming from a place of integrity, of wholeness, of divinity, and that's just what. So in transformative law of attraction, what we teach people is how to make those shifts, and some things people think they desire, they just don't really want. Their ego wants it and they don't really want it. But some things, there's hints of truth there. And I'm hesitant to dismiss someone who might want something that ostensibly is just gaudy and ostentatious. Well, maybe that's their way of manifesting their own divinity, their own opulence, their own internal abundance. And so we don't really judge here. We don't judge. With that said, we have very attuned teachers and coaches, and I will attune to my you in the session and evoke what it is that you truly want. We want to start with the deepest desires first and modify everything else around that. And so just take a moment. We're doing it right now. We're taking a moment. We're taking a deep breath. What is it that you truly, truly desire in your heart of hearts, as deep as you can go? And you don't need to go deeper than you can go. And if all you can go is that Maserati, then that's where you are. And that is absolutely divine. Okay. And then we accept that. And we imbue it with our own divinity. We understand the Maserati is divine too. The Maserati, the Mercedes is divine too. Everything's divine. So what we want to do is access our inner divinity, right? And we have a lot of centering exercises. There's different exercises for that. There's investigation. There's writing. There's a whole curriculum for that, but there's different ways, and I'll teach as many as I can to you on YouTube, and in through these videos. But take a breath and relax, and keep in mind whatever it is you look for out there, right? It's made of the same divinity that's inside of you, so it's not that far away. And when we chase something outside of ourselves, what we're saying is that we don't have the divinity within us, It's a fine line. It's a fine line. So that's why, another reason why we return to our inner divinity again and again and again. Because nothing really is out there. You'll learn over time. I've learned everything starts inside. And the more we cultivate this inner light, the more things just start to work out our way. But the more in tune you get with everything else, because everything else is also light. And the more we in tune with our inner light, the more we in tune with the light that is within the Maserati. And the light that is within your beloved. And the light that is within God, and the light that's within, the myriad beautiful, beautiful manifestations of the divine in this universe. So that's what I have for you today. And let's call it a day. I'll talk to you soon.